Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. It appears there's no end in sight in the ongoing battle between the lawmaker representing Kogi Central in the Senate, Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan, as she filed a lawsuit against the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, for alleged defamation. Recall that Akpoti-Uduaghan publicly raised concern that her seat is being reassigned following a reshuffle triggered by opposition members switching to majority wing. She vehemently resisted the relocation, leading to a confrontation between her and the Senate President. Meanwhile, in a suit filed before the Federal Capital Territory High Court on the 25th of February 2025, the Senate President of the President of the Senate President of Nigeria, and the senior legislative aide to the Senate President, Umfon Patrick, were listed as the second and third defendant. What are your thoughts on this drama? You know, we were hoping to have somebody from the Senate or even a former senator come and join us in the conversation, but we are going to discuss it alone with you. So you have to call in. The numbers are on your screen, 02016-352-013 or 091-390-76948. We'll also be waiting to hear from you via tweet or on YouTube. So Senator Natasha is not stranger. She's not a stranger to controversies, and she's also very, very vocal about speaking her mind. But these lawsuits that they have taken up at the federal is a very, very, because once I see a woman saying that she's been or something, once a woman speaks up, my natural tendency is to say, yes, I support women. Anything the woman says is right. But Nima, in this case, what do you think? Do you think she's following the rule of law in bringing up the case from the legal perspective and even from your personal opinion of the drama happening in the Senate with her being relocated to another seat and all of that?
So this is separate from what has happened on the House. Yes. That's what people don't know.
So, please establish the defamation.
Let me explain. So the Senate's president, through his public spokesperson, I'm trying to find his name again, one Umfon Patrick, who is supposed to be the spokesperson, wrote something on his Facebook. He's the Senate president's aide. He wrote on his Facebook, he said, he titled the post, "Is the local content committee of the Senate Natasha's birthright?" And included in the statement suggesting that Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan believed being a lawmaker was only about pancaking her face and wearing transparent outfit to the chambers. And he, just sort of slighted and demeaned that. I was saying it that day, that this thing, they are looking at her that she's beauty with her brain. So our lawyer, Victor Giwa, have carried the matter on top of his head. He says, this statement was defamatory, provocative, disparaging, lowering of his client's dignity in the eyes of our colleagues and the public, and I completely agree for it. And instead of her to say that Facebook blocked the page, she have done the right thing. It's a publication. A defamatory one, the document is on his page. Before I will pull it down, we have copied your screen grab and kept it for the purpose of future. Cut straight. Yeah.
We said that people should be very careful about what they say, especially when you're representing.
He continued though. He said a declaration that the words, "It is bottled anger." He used the word. That's the lawyer is not saying the words that he used. It is bottled anger by the Kogi lawmaker who knows nothing about legislative rules. She thinks being a lawmaker is all about pancaking her face and wearing transparent outfit to the chambers, written by the third defendant, which is Umfon.
As you are reading it, even though I had read it this morning, the way you are reading it, my brain is doing like this.
She brought a cease and desist action. She also brought a defamation action and asking for perpetual injunctions against these parties. So this woman, I told you that they say by place, they say before you see mama of somebody or before you see a woman enter the marketplace and see her clothes, it would have been bent up
plenty things
from watch. And when she's shouting like that, before you call her mad, check whether you feel live inside that house where she from run come outside naked. It's always easier.
Nima. Nima with the proverb.
Yeah. It's not easy. They say when we see a wuloson in Yoruba. So I'm using the Aochi one that you don't see a woman come out shouting naked in the afternoon. The house is hot. Something must be happening there. Before she go come outside, we start remembering to cover up. Something is hot. For this woman to say ordinary sitting arrangement, that all of us were calling ordinary, she was shouting like that.
And you will not silence me.
And it is common.
Let me hear.
That particular day, when I saw the shout, I felt that Are you sure
She's
this
still
is
getting
not too
emotional.
much?
Yes.
But when I read,
Hey,
this
even
morning,
me at the vex
I
on
was
behalf of
what is this?
Senator, a whole
How
senator.
can you call yourself a leader and open your mouth in public and make such utterances? Whether na you write am, I been na your
Aid.
Na
In
write
fact,
am o.
Igu may not
At
be
least,
seen as Senate president.
thank
That
you.
aid,
Na that
get
aid we suppose deal with first.
Yeah.
But this aid,
Because I
before
don't
they
know what
post
concern
anything, they let you know. You have a PA.
Yes.
You have people that work
That's
for
why
you.
we-
Before
that's why
they
it is-
post, they bring it. Oga,
He's
this
a joint.
is what.
He's a joint defender.
So it's two of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
For
so
you
when I
to
heard- when I-
allow, let me land my point. Allow such a thing to go out there. There are conversations you have in your sitting room. There are conversations you have in your bedroom. There are conversations you don't bring to the fore as
Misogynistic
an
conversation.
adult one, as a leader too, as someone who's representing a lot of people. People are looking up to you. You now make such a statement against a woman. Haba. If we there's nothing we can do for you here.
This person
so
now-
this matter now that they have taken to court, we will leave the court to judge
Yeah.
the case. She's
And the
suing
statement-
for 100,
She's right
About
there.
300 million.
100.3
Billion.
billion.
She
And
wanted
another 300 million
The
for
level of the damage go pass like
illegal
that.
The 300.
something.
So the thing is me too, when I heard the story
Now
and
what?
when they said they changed her seat, I was like, is it outside the Senate? Is it that she's not part of, it's not inside the place, or they've taken her seat outside? What's the issue all about? Until I read the story actually, but then, nevertheless,
You felt
we
her
all
reaction
know how
was-
we all know how things are. At least we know that she everything went a bit but this her lawsuit, I'm a bit.
You think it's too much?
Yeah, I think it's too much.
So don't squeeze your face.
There's a stage.
Let her-
Hold on.
I didn't say anything.
Hold on.
The face
If you
I
like
squeeze.
eye me, then
Please.
there's at least there are some things that at least she has made her point and everything. She should just relax and let the matter just.
Where
go
did she
down.
make her point?
When
It's
she
not the
said
court
about
that
the
said
seat-
that point.
About the seat now.
Yeah,
About
no, I said from the seat.
But
I
let
never
her
said
just
I want you
let
to. I want us to hear Ramatan. And the interesting thing, because many times when people watch the show, they feel like, oh, you are saying this, you are saying that, but we always have different views. And the reason we have different women from different walks of life is so that those views are represented. So I love listening to your opinion. In most cases, I don't agree with it because I have a different worldview from you. But you are of the opinion that the taking it to court is too much.
too much.
Yes. So what would you feel would be the right approach to handle this kind of situation?
A lot of times,
Family.
Yes. So a lot of times, yes, because already the thing has happened and all of that. So definitely she's going to get little backlash and everything. I'm sure he just made a statement without thinking of how the gravity of it, and she
he will
didn't
learn
think
as
that
an
she's going to take it to this length. But even her, she just needs to understand that they have already it's not like there are some things that you just have to do in silence. Silence is power. You've already done a part. You've already showed your wherever your grad and all
Silence
of that.
is actually power.
Yeah. So, but
silence can also
at
mean
some
you
point-
are getting oppressed.
Well, if
How do you balance that?
I don't think. Well, for her kind of person, I don't think they can oppress. I don't think she looks like someone that can be oppressed.
But I don't know the
Oh, hold on. Ramatu, are you sure
not
that
for
the
peace,
silence
I'm for
of
war.
women
Sue them.
are you sure that the silence of women hasn't led to the continuity of this oppression and belittling of women? Because we would keep quiet. Don't you think that sometimes our keeping quiet is what is making it still happen?
Yeah. Okay. So sometimes, but I don't know where she's going to get to with this case right now.
course,
The way she has-
anywhere.
So now that the money that she's even asking for,
It's
these
her
are the
money
people
now.
that where is he going to get that kind
You
of
feel
money?
the money is
I don't
too much?
understand.
Somebody
Do you
is
know
senior
when they are-
legislative aide to the Senate president of this country, the number 4 man. Is it
Nima, be coming
Number
down.
three.
Oh. Before
Number
we will
three
start
man.
asking why
Number
the
three
naked
man.
woman is shouting.
He's the one that
outside.
passes all the bills. He's the one that passes
He's
all
not
the
the
bills. Let him
one.
not
He's
come
only
and
representing one constituency in Akwa Ibom. He should calm down. It is a privileged position that the members of the Senate have given him, that is Senate president, and which must be carried with the dignity and respect he
That requires.
is demanding
Yeah.
to every senator, including Natasha, because she's woman.
So
He must. Every of them are representing their Senate constituency, which is one of every of the three in every state.
understand.
I want you to say it
nobody
calmly
will
so
get
they
right.
get it.
Nobody's
The
get
senator,
right.
the Senate president was voted in by his
constituency.
colleagues
Yes.
to become the Senate president.
Yeah.
He is just
Like the
as
class
powerful
prefects.
as
every other
senator. So it is a
prefect.
case of we have said you should represent us as our president. We should also be respected. But there's a point I want you to address, BC, and it's because women, when we talk and we seemingly shout, people don't hear us anymore. They hear our emotion and they box our comments under an emotional woman's opinion. She's shouting, and that's the way women
behave.
And they have to stop that.
How do we ensure that our voice is not, women's speaking up is not lumped into emotional outbursts?
Look at
Please, let's get it straight. Everybody has their different personalities. On this table,
And you tend to be, they used to say you shout.
on this table, there are people who speak calmly. That's how they are. That's how they speak, right? On this table, there are people who don't speak calmly.
Those of us.
Yes, those of us, my sister. we take it with our full chest. Even when we are joking, we are joking with energy. We are laughing. We are laughing with energy. We are dancing. We are dancing. Everything we do, that is our makeup, right? But it is on you to listen to the words that we are saying. If you have decided not to listen because you feel that my voice is high, that's the voice that God has given to me. If I sit here now and try to speak calmly, you know, they last past 2 seconds.
you got that film now.
That will be me acting, because this is how I. So listen to the words that I'm saying. Listen to the statements that I'm making. Listen to my body language. That's how you pay attention. Do not lump it over, because men shout as well. But when a man shouts, they say,
They know they call her name. I get example.
They call her name.
I get example.
Assertive. He's being
I
assertive.
get example.
He's bold. He's courageous. He's a lion of the tribe of Judah. But when a woman does the same thing,
She not be
she's
lioness.
aggressive.
No, they hear lioness.
She's aggressive.
But a
And
woman
for
is
me,
not
you
supposed to be a
also
lion.
said, no, excuse me, lioness no day. What do you mean by that?
lioness
Lioness
no
dey
dey
now.
lioness
No,
na in the
na
fight.
lioness dey hunt.
Yes,
What are you
na
talking
lioness
about?
dey
Go and
hunt.
study the animal kingdom.
History
Let
dey.
me say something.
Want to take off?
Before you take your history. You
come to
mentioned
you.
something that maybe he does not understand the gravity of what he has said, right? These are for teenagers. Teenagers are the ones that don't understand. Children and teenagers are the ones that don't understand the
senior legislative
gravity
aid.
of what they've said. And that is why we are raising them today, raising empowered teenagers. We are teaching them today that before you open your mouth, make sure that you know that consequences will follow what you're saying.
Reaction.
We cannot be teaching an adult that has that position. So before you open your mouth, Oga, make sure you can weigh the cotton ban. No, it's an insult. It's an insult.
But
I wanted
presently
to
now
ask
at the
about-
Senate, most of the men there, they are supporting the Senate president.
Which usually would be the case.
What about the women
But
that are
can
there?
we talk
Nobody's
about
saying anything.
That's why I said silence
Oppression,
can
yeah.
This has
silence
happened
can
before.
Nima, I want to just ask a question. So I've heard in recent times sexism, like in the past 3 days, not even concerning Nigeria. I'm saying there's a video that went viral last week of the president of the US, Donald Trump, calling out a female governor and saying that you will not get federal funding.
Imagine.
So the world is entering, the world has, this year we've seen a lot of more masculine leadership and a lot of suppression of women. And so I keep hearing the word sexism. And I think it is important I give you the meaning. It is stereotyping or discrimination, typically against women based on the basis of their sex, where you will say, you are a woman,
That's
keep quiet.
right. Yeah.
You are a woman. What are you
voice.
saying? Your voice is too high pitched. Women should not be shouting like this
And
to
everyone
men.
will feel angry. Who are you
And
to argue?
those are sexism-based comments that is disrespectful to the sex being on the receiving end. This is me just educating people
Yes.
on what sexism means. Do you believe that sexism is what is playing out right now at
Of
the
course,
Senate?
I
yes.
agree.
You see why this in the pepper misses on Monday? That's what it's playing out.
Quick pepper me.
You understand?
But we need to know when to
Dino
stop.
Melaye said to the first lady when she was a senator representing Lagos, was it Lagos Central, Abi?
Yeah.
Then he said to her on the floor of the house, I will beat you. I will impregnate you. Nothing will happen. Yeah.
Yes, I remember.
You remember that time?
Yeah.
And
We are-
nothing
and
happened.
another one is playing out. And we are sitting comfortably saying, why is she shouting?
She should shout.
When the first lady was senator then, and they were having this issue, he was supportive of the Senate president that time. There was no threat he did not give her. What was the consequence? Nothing. They said they should go and close door and settle it. Natasha must stay in court.
Because he's a
if
man.
she remove this case from court, I will be
You will take it
personally
personal.
aggrieved.
Because she's representing many people.
Because
Okay,
she has
can I
done
say
the right thing.
something?
I will take
Tope.
a
Now
break.
she's no longer shouting. She's not screaming. A senior legislative aide to the Senate president wrote a documentary defamation of her. He must be in court.
Yes.
So
We are
we'll
for
take a
war.
quick break. When we return, every view expressed on this show
Is my personal
is our
view.
personal view. Even me that I'm hosting the show, I express my personal view and I express my bias as a woman who would want to defend women. But on this case, based on facts. Stay with us. We'll be right back.